Hello everyone, I am Taureor and welcome to my newest Hearts of Iron 4 video. In one of the comments on my Austria reverse Anschluss video, a user by the name of Roark, or Roark, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, said that I haven't done a Mosley run with the current British focus tree yet. I'm pretty sure that is correct. I could scour through my old videos to make sure, but I don't remember doing one, so even if I did, it's going to be a new experience, because I don't remember doing one. Anyways, we are going to take the United Kingdom and turn to Mr. Mosley to guide us into the future. What's our ultimate goal? Well, we would like, of course, to keep our dominions and possibly reclaim our wayward colony, as well as maybe beat our greatest enemy ever, the French. And for this one we're going historical again, or should we? No, you know what? Actually no, we're going to uncheck historical, just for some added weirdness, if we can make that happen. Ironman mode, regular difficulty, and not historical focuses this time. Britain, let's go. Now, in order to get Mr. Mosley in power, we will have to do black shirt marches, which are annoying and take a lot of political power. But oh well, what can we do? Let's start with a change in course. Produce lots of infantry weapons, because we're going to be doing a lot of early aggression, so that's the only thing we can afford. Cancel all production that is not that. Well, maybe some trains and trucks, but not too many. One factory for each should be sufficient. And convoys for once we're done with the fleet we're building. I don't really need a bigger fleet, but I don't want to manage this, so let's just leave it. Research boost as usual, some production and construction, and better guns. We immediately start making more troops, deploy the colonial garrisons because they're easy and quick to make, on highest priority, and let's do civilian factories at home, and all the good industry parts. We start with 36 units, which is not nearly enough to do what we need to do, so we're making more. And that is about it for the start. Let's speed the game up and unpause. We're going to need a tremendous amount of political power to pull this off, so let's not go wasting it on useless stuff like the trade negotiations. King George dies, that was to be expected, he usually does. With a change in course done, we can organize the black shirts so we can start doing marches. It's gonna give us some political power, not nearly enough for what we need to do, but well, it'll have to be enough. Or we'll just wait a bit longer. Rhineland and Montreux Convention, let's take the option that doesn't hurt us. So we already know Germany is going historical. Now we could very quickly turn fascist with a civil war, that would be pretty easy, but we would lose all the dominions then. And why lose them if you don't have to? Normally I would hire the silent workhorse. Unfortunately he is limited. If we're no longer democratic, we lose him. So that is a net waste of political power. Let's not. Organize the black shirts is ready. Now we're going to switch to limited conscription. I'm going to need the manpower to keep the dominions and hold an anti-German speech. This is a wonderful decision that gives us a lot of stability for very cheap. We will only need 2 marches, the 2 biggest ones, and that will be the most efficient because urging restraint also costs. So we'll do urge restraint, march, urge restraint, march. Just the 2 biggest ones will suffice. There might be some fiddling with the details. Anyways, let's start with the speech and urge restraint. Now, we can't go below 50 stability because then we'll get a civil war. So this is too expensive in terms of stability, and so is this. Plus, we have to wait a little bit. Oh, King of Poland crowns a king. Interesting. Who is it? It is the Lithuanian guy. Okay. Something is different. We're gonna see a Polish-Lithuanian Commonwealth thing. And of course, I forgot to select a focus as usual. Well, at least we will have a little bit more political power. We could get extra stability from reinforce the empire, but actually it is better to leave that for later, I think. Let's start with limited rearmament. Keep deploying troops. How many do we have in the field? 78 divisions. According to a write-up I have on this, we need 76 to secure the dominions, but I like to have more because the British rush is bloody infuriating in that scenario. But we'll get to that later. We are already mobilizing the manpower, so we will have enough troops, just need some time. Portugal wants my ships, of course you can have them. We have to assume the first or the second option in the March, the outcome. So we have to be ready to lose 44.4 stability and not go below 50. So we have to be at 95 at least to do this decision. Abdication crisis, that is some extra stability, nice. Do we get a figurehead or something for that? Well, it doesn't really matter. We can afford to take this decision right now. Let's wait a little. No, actually yes, let's do a march in Lancashire. That should be about what we need. When it happens, A peaceful march, glorious. So we go down in stability to 72. That's not a problem. We can use Mosley again to a wonderful increase of our stability. And let us urge restraint again, just because I might forget it otherwise. King Edward abdicates, which will give me 15% stability, which is, of course, great. But is this going to keep increasing? Because you can theoretically have over 100 stability. Depends on whether this adds to the final value of base stability. I think it's base stability, which means all is good. We get extra stability and it will keep increasing. Oh, sorry, it's already calculated. Disregard that whole rant. Limited rearmament complete. Now, I'd like to do reinforce the Empire, but the Mosley stability decision is only available if you are under 80% stability, and we want to use it again before flipping to fascism, just so we have lots of stability. Thus, being unable to do shadow scheme, we could do motorized army, which is worthless. Reinforce the Empire for later. I think I'll just not do a focus for a little while. Of course, we could just do reinforce the Empire, which would lead us to encourage colonial elites, which would be nice. Not sure what to do. Lots of industrial research. Yeah, let's just not do a focus for a little while. This will let us do marches and stuff like that faster, because we will have a little more political power. Deploy troops. And we now have almost enough stability to do the march in London, which, if I am calculating correctly, should give us enough fascist support to turn fascist when paired with a change in a course modifier. But if it isn't enough, we can hold more marches. 22.2, and we have 21.55. That's almost 44 total, plus democratic support is going down, which should be sufficient. Now, we need someone to increase the world tension a little bit so that I can do the shadow scheme. Okay, we can now do the march in London. Let's do that. March in Greater London area. 44 stability. We lose. Now, there was a 6% chance of a disastrous march, which would lead to a civil war. But it is a risk I am willing to take, especially at the beginning of a run. Now, we're down to 53 stability. Don't worry, we can just hold another anti-German speech. And who knows, maybe one more after that. It hurts me now to do a focus, but I think it is the best course of action. Let's do infantry weapons ahead of time. Come on, just some more world tension. Probably could have gone through the shadow scheme if I timed everything correctly. We'll see. Okay, this gives us 60 days of weekly stability plus 2. So that is almost 20 stability, which means we'll be able to take the decision twice. Still, good. Let's do that. Let's do this, then do this again. Then we can improve work conditions and do reinforce the Empire once again, thus bringing our stability to 100 for the rest of the game, most probably. We will have extra stability for when we go to war and such. Right, let's deploy some troops. How many do we have in the field? 100, that is enough. Let's switch them all to infantry division. Basic infantry division has exactly as much manpower as the game wants us to distribute to various provinces in securing the dominions, so they clearly expect us to use this exact template. Let's do that and start dividing them up. Now, you could wait until you do, where's that focus? Until you do move to secure the dominions, because then we see how many troops we need in each place, but then there might not be enough time. So you can use a wiki or some write-up on some forums or whatever. I found one that details how many troops I need to drop where. And let me tell you, this is absolutely terrible and annoying, because you have to put a specific amount of troops in each specific province. It's not like, put 10 troops in Canada. No, it's put 1 unit here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 3 here or something, 3 here or something like that. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. So we need a total of 14 divisions for Canada. Create a new army, garrison a port in Canada. For South Africa, we need 12. Create a new army, go to South Africa. 12 for Australia. Once again, just go to Australia. We'll distribute them once they have arrived. For New Zealand, we need 6. And for India, we apparently need 32, but there's never enough, and you have to put essentially 1 in each province, except for a few provinces, then a lot in Delhi. It's absolutely terrible. So let's just send all our remaining troops to the British Raj and wait for Mr. Mosley to increase our stability to ungodly levels, or godly, whatever, good levels. And our fascist support is slowly growing due to the decline of democracy, thus we don't really need to do any more marches. That will save us political power. The only thing I did wrong, I think, so far, is that I did not do the shadow scheme. I think there was a moment when that was possible. Oh well, we'll deal with that eventually. Looks like the shadow scheme will not be available to us. World attention is just not sufficient. Worry not, we'll just do Mr. Mosley's anti-German speech again, and once it is activated, we no longer need to worry about our stability levels. We'll just reinforce the empire then. Alright, hold anti-German speech once more, also improve worker conditions, and reinforce the empire. That will... decolonization... oh no, we're not becoming communist, never mind that. Reinforce the empire. With that, we will have our stability comfortably over 100%. Most probably for the rest of the game, because we even get extra stability from the focuses here. I might be overdoing it, I haven't really calculated the details, but see, there's extra 10 stability here. So I think even when at war, we will have full stability with what I just did. And stability is pretty important. Boosts pretty much everything. Right, let's continue. 2.5 per week. Just beautiful. It might hurt me that I've delayed selecting focuses. We will see. Now we can march on Downing Street and switch to fascism very soon, but we shouldn't. We shouldn't do that until we're basically ready to secure our dominions. So make sure our preparations are in place before that. Right, my troops have arrived in Canada. Now, you'll see what I mean about this being terrible. We have to bring 1 unit to British Columbia. And I have to be referencing this outside because it's just so... I love House of Iron. This bit is just terrible. I'm secretly suspecting that it was purposefully inconvenient because someone in Paradox hates us and just wants people to suffer. Okay, so 1 in British Columbia, 1 in Alberta, 1 in Saskatchewan, 1 in Manitoba, okay, 1 in the New Brunswick, 1 in Nova Scotia, 3 in St. Lawrence, which is here, and 5 in Ontario. I don't think it matters if it's South or North Ontario, we can just check it later. See, and that's just Canada. Wait till you see British Raj. South Africa is a bit simpler in that regard. We need 2 in Cape, 5 in Natal, and 5 in Transvaal. Better, much better. Next up we have Australia. Australia's not so bad. At least they have easy to find regions like Western Australia, which needs 1 unit. Queensland needs 2. Victoria needs 4. Where's Victoria? New South Wales. That's Victoria. And New South Wales needs 5. New Zealand. People are still on their way. Let's wait for them. And leave Raj for the last. My stability so glorious. Right, New Zealand. 1 on the southern island and 5 on the northern one. And finally, the Raj. Look at it and weep. We have to put 1 unit in every state they have. So let's zoom out to the moment that I actually see the state borders slightly. So it's gonna be better if I switch this around a bit. Can I send them from this map? No, I cannot. Okay, it's a bit better if we use the supply map mode. Not much better though. Can we use this one? Nope. Oh, okay. We can actually use, if we don't select them again, we can actually use the map that actually has the region names on it, which makes it much better. Like this. Okay, not all of the states need a unit, but almost all of the states need a unit, so I'm going to send 1 to each bit of territory. We could use a garrison order, but they're not distributed evenly then. We could do a combination of a garrison order and manual stuff, but it's just so disheartening that I have to do this manually. Oh, and the order didn't work. Alright, let's continue. And of course we'll have to verify because it is likely that I have forgotten something. If I sound annoyed beyond measure, that's because I am. I am absolutely certain that the person who designed this game feature was snickering when doing so, because he or she hates us players. Maybe rightfully so. But this is mental torture. Alright, I think I've distributed them everywhere, but no, not everywhere. There's nobody here. No, there is 1 here. Never mind then. We'll just wait for them to move, and then we'll see if each province has a soldier in it. And the rest need to stay in Delhi. And they should get their reinforcements once manpower is mobilized. Oh, there's even more here. We don't need them. Let's disband these units. And make sure we're not producing any more, because I need the manpower for reinforcements. I forgot to cancel production of new units. Okay? Move. Move quickly. Now, the thing I did with stability is delaying me a little bit. Not sure if it was worth it. I hope it was. Now, when we click March on Downing Street, we will immediately turn fascist. But then our subjects will start getting uppity, and we will need a lot of political power to keep them in check. So let's do some more focuses before that. Service overseas. Computing machine. We do have a healthy political power gain, especially at 100% stability. See, it is at 100 and still growing. Well, it was at 100 a moment ago. Don't worry, once we switch to fascism, we'll get another modifier to increase our stability. So yeah, I would have to do math on that. I think I'm not overdoing it with the stability, but who knows. Because when we march on Downing Street, we'll get an extra modifier from Mosley to get even more stability. Oh, enemy agent turned. I haven't even created an agency. Thank you for the reminder. Let's make an agency. Our fascist support is sitting at 53 because of change in course and 2 marches. So we don't need any more marches. We can just march on Downing Street. That's contradictory, isn't it? We need 1 more march on Downing Street. Let's boost our infantry. It is ahead of time, but that's not really an issue. And develop our spy agency. We want those spies. I might want to hire an elusive gentleman while we still have Stanley Baldwin, because he has a modifier that decreases their cost. But I think we will be better off if we save that political power and use it to turn fascist a bit faster. Let's do colonial elites, and then we can flip to fascism, I think. Actually, let's have a look at our dominions. Are any of them going fascist? South Africa has some fascist support, so we might not even need to do events there. Canada is not going fascist, neither is the Raj, or Australia, or New Zealand. I don't remember the details of their focus trees, so I'm not sure if they can go fascist right off the bat. Maybe they need more time for that. And there's a civil war in Latvia. Let's start decrypting. Who should we decrypt? The United States. New operative. Let's take Dusko Popov. Of course, we'll take him. And build spy network in United States. Actually, Stanley Baldwin is pretty nice. I am tempted to delay my flip to fascism while we still have him because of the political power and all that, but I know it is not a good decision to delay it any longer. Civil war in Mexico. Localized training centers. Second Russian Civil War, really? Oh, that makes them an easy target. We should probably use that, although we can use it a bit later. Of course, now we have enough world tension to do the shadow scheme, but we no longer need to. We will soon have better things to do. Encourage colonial elites is complete. Let us march on Downing Street. This will turn us fascist immediately. Oh, see? Oh! Weekly stability plus 1% for 365 days. I spent too much political power. See, I knew he was giving this modifier, but I did not remember for how long. And with this, we'll end up with something like 170% stability. And that's, well, that's just overkill. So I made a mistake by delaying my actions to get more anti-German speeches. And we should not have improved work conditions. So if you're copying that, 1 less speech and no improved work conditions, and you'll be set. I definitely overdid it. Well, now we know. We are now the British... what are we? The British Empire. Let's immediately move to secure dominions. Actually, I could have waited a few more days before doing the decision, but we have some time. It's not so bad. Now, Mosley is currently a pacifist, which is a problem because he will want us to ease up on conscription. If we can increase war support quickly enough, that will not be a problem. So we'll have to see about that. Let's get some excavation done. Hindenburg incident. Victoria lives. Let's have a look. My troops are all over India. If it's enough, we'll know soon. I have extra troops, more than I need in Delhi. We can always relocate them. It will be fine. They don't really have equipment, but that's not important. Okay, if our next focus gives us enough war support, we will be able to retain our conscription law. Right. Move to secure the dominions is done. We have 400 political power, which should be sufficient for what we need. And now, where is it? Let's do God Save the King, because this gives us 10 war support. This might be enough. Oswald is decreasing it, but I'm not sure how the math works exactly. Mosley theoretically reduces it by 30, but I've seen it before and it should actually be okay. We'll see in a moment. Now, move to secure the dominions. This gives us a few decisions that we need to enact. There they are. Impose martial law in Canada. Impose martial law in South Africa. In the Raj. Oh, see how many places I need to put my troops in. Well, I put them everywhere and a lot in Delhi, so that was apparently enough. Impose martial law in Australia and in New Zealand. Now we'll need to do propaganda to get enough fascism into these countries, with the exception of South Africa, who already have enough fascist support, apparently. So propaganda in Canada, propaganda in the Raj, propaganda in Australia and New Zealand, and no propaganda but an immediate installment of a fascist government in South Africa. Now, they cannot leave the subject status while the martial law thing is in effect, and I need 200 more political power. Oh, I think I might not have enough political power to flip them. Perhaps I should have stockpiled more political power, or done them one by one. Then again, once I install a fascist government in each of them, my political power gain will be slowly increasing. So I think we'll be fine. Now we wait. Improve the agency a bit. Little Entente reaffirmed. Alright, stuff is happening. I'm pretty sad that I wasted so much political power on getting excessive levels of stability, but you will know not to make the same mistake. Let's check fascist support on our subjects. Well, South Africa is fascist, so not a problem. Canada already at 15%. Yeah, I made a bit of a mistake. I should have done them in a cascading order, not all at the same time. For example, propaganda in 2 countries, quickly flip them, propaganda in 2 more countries. That would save me a lot of political power in the long run. But this is not really a tested run, so I'm ironing out the kinks as we go. So once again, if you're doing this and don't have enough political power to do stuff, just don't do them all at once. See, Canada and British Raj, if we had the political power, we could already install fascist governments there. And we have 12% war support, which means the ease up on conscription thing has gone away. Great. So now I'm going to just not do a focus for a little while so that I can flip my subjects to fascism. Another small mistake on my part, but it should not affect the final outcome of the run too much. Belarus is declaring war on the Soviet Union. We can wait for the civil war to be over and just attack the victor. Right, install the fascist government in Canada. Political power income will increase. Unitary Canada. And from there, we'll be able to attack the United States. Skipping doing a focus does hurt a bit, doesn't it? Oh well. Karelia attacks the Soviet Union. Let's do Sten Mark II ahead of time. If we're doing a pure infantry run, which we don't have to be doing, but it is effective, it is sometimes good to just do better weapons ahead of time. British Raj, so fascist, bypassed a few focuses. With that, I miscalculated a bit, didn't I? It would seem so. The Soviets are not doing too well, are they? Fascist government in Australia, and that just leaves New Zealand. Do we have enough time to get that political power? Yes, we do. It's a pity I made those mistakes. Yes, Portugal, you can have my ships. Should have just done another focus before turning fascist, or done them in a cascading order here. Well, install fascist government in New Zealand, which means we have secured all our subjects and we can resume doing focuses. We get an Annex war goal on the US from this. Nice. Should probably use that. Sure. Let's consolidate the British Isles first. Now, my troops can return home and we can deploy some more. We have 100 in the field. Let's go to 2 full army groups, shall we? No, 1 full army group. We don't have enough manpower for 2. So that's extra 20. Deploy you here. Get this guy a proper field marshal, Mr. Bernard Montgomery. Charismatic. And some generals. Britain has wonderful starting generals. And Miles, he is our other candidate for a field marshal. And get them into position. We got a war goal on Ireland. Let's use that immediately. And then we'll get one on the United States. Oh, France is going fascist. That is interesting. So the rest of you... Oh, right, United States have 2 borders with us. The rest of you just go to the United States. Bring the Dominions back into the fold is bypassed. Wonderful. Let's research some artillery. We might need it later. How are we on logistics? Not so great. I'm actually going to need a template that only has infantry. I guess I could just use colonial garrison template instead. Yeah, let's do that. For now. At least we'll have enough guns for everybody. And exercise a bit on your way. Now, half of the guys here will be assigned to the other order. The United States are very weak at this stage of the game, so it will not be a problem to defeat them. Now, I don't have enough agents to prepare a collaboration government, and I don't have enough time for that, so let's ignore a collaboration government. The United States are better as a puppet anyway. Although, not sure. Yeah, probably a puppet would be good. Guys are on their way, it's gonna take them a while. We will be able to do our own war goals. Unfortunately, Mosley is such a pacifist that he's not letting us do it. Yet. We'll get over that. Yes, Yugoslavia can have my planes. Do let me know if you prefer my runs thoroughly tested, or do you want to see me make mistakes sort of live, like I'm doing here, with the stability at the beginning, for example, or with the political power while dealing with the dominions. It might be interesting to you, or it might seem imperfect, unprofessional, or whatever. So do let me know. Bulgaria wants army restrictions lifted. Whatever. Let's not give in to threats. Let's take the middle option, just because. How's the Soviet Union doing in its civil war? Not that great. We've done consolidate the British Isles focus. That gives us a... Wait a minute. It only gives us a claim. I thought it gave us... Oh, it just doesn't appear in the focus once it's done. We do have our war goal. And we do have our troops. So stop your exercise and attack the Irish. I'll wait with the declaration a little bit. Now let's do unite the Anglosphere. Also deploy the extra troops. Go to your units. Why? Where are they all going there? Shouldn't someone be going to Ireland? You guys, go there. Right, yes. They're assigned to both orders. It's fine. Get in position. Now, I also have a huge air force. Let's not forget to use it this time. Just concentrate all our planes. Bulgaria wants a non-aggression pact. Do we care? Oh, we can guarantee them to get 75 political power. And then, of course, revoke the guarantee because we don't care. Let's do that. It costs us 25 to revoke the guarantee, but we are at a gain of 50. Let's take this guy as a spy. Should we attempt a collaboration government? Duration 90 days. Suppose I could. Okay, let's prepare it. Also become the spy master of our faction for extra spies. Do I have support equipment for this? Not really. We'll have to produce some. Wait a minute, we should have received it from switching our units back to just pure infantry. So I should have some support equipment. Yeah, it's fine. Oh yes, we do have enough support equipment. Nice. Okay, let's attack Ireland then, because we can. There we go. Don't call any allies, there is no need for it. Just make sure you don't lose Belfast or you're all dead. Let's get more fuel. Also, did I mention the planes and not forgetting to use them? Let's make sure to get the planes and not forget to use them. Just send them all to Ireland because we can. The airport will be slightly overcrowded. That's fine. We have 5 research slots, which is more than we require. Let's maybe get a fighter. I'm not producing fighters, but I probably should be, so let's research one. And Ireland is taken. Take all states. I'm going to need to reduce the independence of my subjects, especially New Zealand, or the Kiwi Empire if you prefer. Let's take Nancy as our 3rd operative, send her over to the United States as well. You guys join the attack on the US. There should be no guarantees to the United States. They should fall easily. Kingdom of Poland. Are you gonna form a union with Lithuania? Possibly. Stop the exercise. Attack the United States. Also be aggressive. Soviet Union still having some trouble. Are they pushing back the whites? I think they are pushing them back. I don't know, doesn't really matter. It would be best to declare war on them, but then provisional Russia might take everything out. So we would just need to declare war on them again. Sun never sets is mostly pointless. A war goal against Japan. That does have some merit, but I think I'll do Imperial Conscription because this will gradually decrease the autonomy of my subjects. Also give me some more manpower. Not that I really need more manpower. Still considering whether I should puppet or annex the United States. I'm thinking of annexing. Are we ready to attack? Some of my guys are still getting in position, but it doesn't really matter that much. Let's take our planes. They're all in Ireland. It's not like the United States are a real threat to us. Still, it is better to use all our resources. The naval bombers cannot be assigned to armies. What a pity. It doesn't really matter. Assign some planes to armies. That should help. Why don't you have an order? Oh, they just have too much attrition. Let's ignore that, as a true imperial ruler would. War plan black. Oh, that's not going to do you much good, because here comes a war declaration. Declare war, and immediately call Canada to arms. This guy looks scary. Go. Hungary joins the Axis. Not sure if in response to my actions. Doesn't really matter. Oh, that does matter. The United States joined the Czech Entente. Okay, that's strange, but fine, I guess. Where's the diplomatic map mode? Is there one? I don't remember. I never remember. Diplomacy, here it is. We'll soon know if they join the fight. Actually, let's select the United States. So Czechoslovakia is at war with nobody, but they're allied to Yugoslavia, Philippines, and the United States. So it is possible for Yugoslavia to actually join the fight. We could invade them. We probably should invade them, but for that I will need more troops. Let's get 3 armies. Am I still mobilizing manpower? Oh, the war to end all wars. I have that modifier. We can get rid of it quite easily. I just have to remember to do it, which I did not. Okay, let's first do Imperial Conscription, then we can get rid of the modifier. Don't have enough war support for war economy yet. Could get a fascist demagogue, but that's pointless now. Elusive Gentleman possibly. Codebreaker also useful. That's pretty much it. Okay, let's get army boosts then. And infantry expert. Is that operation going on? Yes, it is. Okay, so that will give me 30 to 45 in terms of collaboration in their territory, thus making it viable to just annex them. Let's flip my guys to normal tactics, not super aggressive. Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia have joined. Now we don't really need to hurry anymore. We might also get Yugoslavia in this. Not sure about Czechoslovakia because they're landlocked. If they can get, say, Romania into their faction, we could go through Romania. How are you guys doing? Very well. The United States are no threat at this point. Just easily crush them, especially if you're attacking from Canada. Or maybe it would be better to delay it a little bit, just so we can get full collaboration, because that would catapult our industry way up high. Deploy troops. We have 72 units. That is that is 3 full armies. Let's put them in a new army group, give them some nice generals. Oh, this guy's an offense expert. He should be at the most front lines, because I'll be likely hiring him. Well, it doesn't really matter, he's already an expert. And they don't usually reach level 8, at which he would have a boost. Alan Brooke, maneuver genius. Might use him as well. Anyways, you guys, can you guys survive in Malta? That'll be better off just putting them in Egypt. Right, for now, let's just put them all in Malta. So we can quickly plan some naval invasions from there. Speaking of naval invasions, we'll need a fleet, won't we? I could send one around the United States, but truth be told, I can't be bothered. So we will instead just use it to invade Yugoslavia. Put you all in one fleet. Yes, I can. Thank you. Merge all and split and redistribute. Balance task forces. Yes, whatever. And Admiral, relocate to Alexandria. Go there. Republic of Ukraine declared war on the Soviet Union. Well now, would you like some Lend-Lease? I'm kind of busy doing my own thing, but you can have some of my guns. You know what? You can have my tanks as well. This has no gameplay reason. I just like that I can do that. Have some guns and tanks, Ukraine. Oh, our navies are moving to merge, chaotically. Oh, they're stopping in London so that they can go to Malta. I guess there is some reason for it. Sorry, to Alexandria. We have arrived in Malta. Now, there are too many troops there, safely sustained for a longer period of time. Fortunately, they don't need to be there for too long. I guess I will send the 2 armies to Egypt. They can go from there. That'll do. Now the guys in Malta will plan their naval invasion. We want to land in Yugoslavia, and they have 3 viable ports. We won't really be able to get to Czechoslovakia. However, if they are somehow involved, say they got military access from Romania to move their troops to Yugoslavia or something like that, and then we can have them in the peace conference as well. Actually, I could send some here as a distraction first. No need. Let's send all of them simultaneously. We can send up to 10 at the same time, which is plenty. That's 9, 1 more. It's imperative that we actually secure a port. Let's take this one, because it doesn't have a victory point, so maybe it will be less guarded. We'll see. Be super aggressive and attack when possible. Now, where is that navy? You are going to patrol these 2 regions. Go do that. I'm sure you can manage. Also, do not ever repair. Where is that? Yes, never repair. This is an important bit. Imperial conscription is complete. Let's now do the British path to fascism, because that will give us more manpower and yet more stability. I'm probably reaching... Oh, actually, we're only at 93% stability. I either miscalculated something, or the gains in base stability I was receiving were just going to waste when going over 100%, which would be terribly disappointing. It's probably true, though. Going for Yugoslavia. Let's see, can we land? Looks like we can't. They are guarding their ports. That would be very disappointing. Oh! Wait a minute. A lot of weird stuff is happening. Germany attacked Czechoslovakia. Czechoslovakia was guaranteed by the French, so the French joined their faction, and so did Romania, and the French decided to fight me, which is an unexpected development, and also a dangerous one, because I have not left any defenses at home. Well now, that's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Let's try and deploy 2 more armies. So maybe we can secure the ports, and once we're done with the United States, we'll come back and kill France. Now let's see if we can land in Yugoslavia or not. Looks like it's not very likely. Oh, we actually did land. Did we get a port? We did not get a port. So yeah, that's why it was easy to land. No matter, we will use these units to reinforce the attack on the middle port. Should be sufficient to get it, possibly. Well, in the meantime, we were at war with the Germans. Say, Germans, would you like to join my faction? I just joined the Axis, you know? They're not at war with the United States, though. If I did that, it would be... they would maybe get some stuff from the US. Let's just keep things as they are for now. Try to use our troops that landed elsewhere to cut their port defenses off from supply. That's not likely to work, but we can at least introduce some chaos into their country. If I landed here first, we could use that as a distraction. Hungary has joined on our side. Let's get some artillery research. Probably not necessary, but... Oh no, can we get a port? Actually, if I joined the Axis, we wouldn't need one. If I just go aggressive in the US to make this faster, we will lose too much manpower then. I don't really have a lot anymore. Let's just leave things as they are. You know what I could do? I could just build a port here. Let's do that. I'd actually be able to get it. Alright. Croatia formed. Not really something I wanted to happen. It could be helpful. My troops are being killed. If I cannot secure a landing, we will be in deep trouble. Looks like this will be unsuccessful. Although, we might actually get to build that port. There's some sort of a thing that lets you build, I don't know, like temporary floating supply bases or something. Never really needed it, but it must be somewhere. I'll have to look it up after this. Is it in the fleet menu? Split is undefended. Perhaps I can get that port after all. We were unable to repeat prepare collaboration government against the United States. Why? Oh, right, Nancy was displaced from where she was building spy networks. That's very unfortunate. We did get 45%, that's a lot. It's unlikely I'll be able to repeat this. Let's just put these guys on aggressive so we can finish this faster. Another republic declaring war on the Soviet Union. Let's see if the United States are gonna be fighting the Germans. Looks like they're not. We did get our foothold here, finally. So, let's send all the troops in this army group to fight. It's gonna take them a moment to arrive. Where you're not going? I don't have enough convoys. I do have enough convoys, so what? They fear danger. Let's send one of our agents to France. Now that we have a port, everything is going smoothly. Just make sure we hold it until everyone else arrives. So also see if the French are not getting any ideas. They're not. Okay. I managed to at least start garrisoning my ports. Let's get the offense expert and another port. That's going to help our supply situation. And more troops are arriving. Yugoslavia is mine. Well, not yet, but it's going to be. United States will fall. We'll still take them a little while. I could rush this, but maybe it is better to just try to get the thing again. I can't decide. I'm always undecided with collaboration governments. Although we're making such quick progress that I don't think a collaboration government is in the cards for us. Well, let's just leave them alone and see what happens. In the meantime, Germany can't really handle France and Czechoslovakia. The Hispanic Alliance. Interesting. British path to fascism is done, which will give me lots of manpower. Mosley manifesto is not necessary. Italian alliance. Wait a minute, what is Italy doing? Are you in the Axis yet? They are not. You know, an Italian alliance could serve me well. Let's see if they want to join me. That would be nice. We could use them to kill France and possibly Germany. Or we could just take them over ourselves, I suppose. Well, there's no need to take over everyone. Luxembourg is our enemy now. Okay, wait a minute. France realigns a foreign policy, United States capitulate. But United States are still not at war with the Germans, are they? Now they are. Well, that's gonna be a problem for me. Also Canada, yeah, I kinda want that territory. All of it. Gimme. Now, if this being taken by Canada messes with my, what's the word, collaboration, I'm gonna be pissed. You want to keep a little bit, that's fine. Now give it to me. Also, let's prioritize garrisons before reinforcements. Will it work? Yes, it does. Now, what is my collaboration here? 0%, really? Did my collaboration government go to waste? It shouldn't. You know what? Let's not worry about that. There's too much crazy stuff going on here for me to worry about such trivial matters. Let's send my spies to France. Also, do you think I used my cipher? I did not. God damn it. Right, let's beat up Yugoslavia. And my troops from the United States can relocate home. And now they can. I no longer require those extra troops, I suppose. But let's finish making them anyway. Also add 3 more, because we've lost a few. Alan Brooke, charismatic organizer. This is going well. I have 69 participation only. Germany has 26. I wonder why. All they did was beat Luxembourg and fight Czechoslovakia a bit. The United States are a bit larger than that, aren't they? Well, worst case scenario, I'll just have to kill Germany after. Croatia is pissing me off because they try to take my territory. Oh, the end of the war. Already. Okay, this is surprising because I thought we would have to capitulate France for this to happen. But apparently not. Well then, that's nice. I'm going to take United States for myself. Actually, I'm going to pass a couple of times. Or at least once. Okay, cool. They took some of Czechoslovakia. Can I now take all states from the United States? Not yet. Let's pass again. Who did you puppet? Romania, Czechoslovakia, and Luxembourg. I don't mind. But now that I've opened it, I can't take all states. Okay, let's pass one more time. Can I take... God damn it. Why does it go like this? Why can't I take all states? Okay. It's also satellite the Philippines from them. And turn. We took all of the United States. That's fine. They forget to take... focuses again. Doesn't really matter. Next up, Yugoslavia. Take as much as we can afford, and we can't really afford much, can we? I'm going to pass. The Germans will take some stuff, not a problem. And now we can have an enclave here. And turn, take some more. Right, and the Germans took most of the stuff here. We took the United States now. Oh, 45% collaboration, so it actually worked as intended. Good. Now a problem. We're still at war with France. I am about to invite Italy to my alliance. That could solve the issue. Could just attack from there. Alternatively, we can plan naval invasions once our troops are home. Speaking of naval invasions, is the fleet alive? It is. Go home then. These guys can stay here. They'll just walk into Italian territory once that is available. Let's have a look at the factions map mode. Yeah, the Axis secured a large chunk of the Balkans. I'm fine with that. We could have taken more, but it's alright. Where are the planes? I assigned the planes to help the armies, and what? Did they unassign themselves? That's annoying, isn't it? Oh no, they did not unassign themselves. I'm not sure why I didn't see it. Okay, it's fine. All of my guys from the United States are on their way home. I can cancel their orders, they'll just continue on home and prepare a naval invasion of France. Let's land here. We're actually moving pretty quickly. We have conquered the United States and Yugoslavia, and it's 1938 only. I'm hoping the majority of the French army is trying to defend against the Germans, so my naval invasion and an attack from Italian territory should catch them unawares. If I even need Italy. The Kingdom of Lithuania. So, are you gonna join Poland? We have the Kingdom of Poland and the Kingdom of Lithuania. Each has focuses to take the other over in a personal union, so I wonder what happens there. And we have Ukraine fighting valiantly. Maybe the Soviet Union will fall. The Germans have the majority war score right now. That should change soon. Let's go to extensive conscription. Need more soldiers. Okay, my guys in the north of France are in position. Do we need Italy? That's the real question here. Probably not. Let's activate the invasion and send our fleet to the English Channel. Okay, it is defended everywhere, it seems. Maybe we will need Italy. But let's see. Maybe I can encircle someone like this. Perhaps that will suffice. Make sure they get no reinforcements. Maybe do the same here. Don't really want to fight Japan right now. Oh, interesting. We could possibly get stuff with Spain. This gives me a nice focus and some more support. Anything else we could take? Well, Shadow Scheme, but it's not really that important right now. I have a lot of factories. Mostly civilian, though. You know what? Let's get a war against Spain. Why not? Now, Italy. Are you joining my faction? You do. Nice. Well, since I am having some trouble here, I might want to attack from Italian territory. Thus, you guys go here. Let's not call them in yet, because if I can do it without Italy, I'll get more war score. Anglo-Italian alliance. Let's try to cut Dunkirk off. Limit their supply. That's not going to work because they're having reinforcements. But this one bit might actually work. Let's give them some more support even. Le Havre will not. Dieppe will not. The troops in Calais will die. Sacrifice I'm ready to make. At least this seems like it's going to be a success. Yay, we've landed. Alright, time to redo our orders. Cancel everything and send the entire army group down here. There's no real need for Italian involvement. We have the port, 90 units arriving. The French stand no chance. And again, it would be more efficient if I attacked from Italy as well. But Italy might want some stuff. Nah, it's fine. It's gonna be faster that way. Let's call Italy in. Call to arms, Italy. Oh, you don't want to? No matter. I'll just use a spy to exert diplomatic pressure on Mussolini. What else could I do? We're fighting France in Africa as well. Africa is irrelevant. Never send troops to Africa. Kill them at the source. Oh, seems like we're gonna get some more ports. Italy doesn't want to join, but they do want to give me stuff. I like stuff. And another port is taken. That will help with the supply situation. How about now, Italy? Do you want to join my war? Yes, you do. Diplomatic pressure seems to have worked. Go. Now we're attacking them from two sides. It's just pure infantry reserve troops. And they're killing everyone. And the Soviet Union is not doing so good. And that's good. What is my participation now? Are the Germans gonna steal France from me? Probably. Not sure why they have participation. They're just sitting on their border doing nothing. Oh, they just wanted to take a bit. I should probably puppet France, but I don't really want to. How much war score for everything? 1,300. Oh, Italy got some war score too. Well, let's pass. And pass, and pass, and pass, and maybe pass, and pass. Also maybe pass, and pass, and pass. Okay, the Germans took some irrelevant territory. Now we're gonna take everything else. Take all states, please. Thank you very much. Now, that's Germany's punishment from taking too much in the Balkans. Well, I could beat up the Germans now, but I don't really need that. Well, I'm about to get a war goal on Spain, so let's maybe use it. They're still recovering from the Civil War, so it should be a quick and easy victory. So let's just send a lot of troops without regard for their equipment or safety or anything else to kill the Spanish. I do love playing a large, powerful country like Britain, France, Germany, the Soviet Union, and so on, because then you can just Click attack and you win. This person looks very familiar. Let's recruit him. Send some spies to my potential targets. I might still take over Germany. Kingdom of Poland is keeping to itself, and so is the Kingdom of Lithuania, which is pretty funny, I suppose. Oh, I haven't even finished the French cipher, and we've already destroyed them. The Brits are quite powerful. Don't you agree? Right, get in position. Let's have a look at our subjects. We could reduce their independence slightly. We'll probably do that once it's available. Don't really have political power for it. I wasted it all on stability. Right, we're almost ready. We don't have supplies, but that never stopped me before. Oh, and we can now take our first doctrine purchase. Should we do that? Let's get Professional Officer Corps. Sure, we'll do logistical focus and well-planned attack once that is available. Meticulous preparation, I like that. Can I still afford the doctrine? No, not anymore. Preempt, Spanish alignment, whatever that means. Well, it means we're gonna attack them. Oh, the risk that the Spanish will side with the Germans. Sure, as good an excuse to attack them as any other. Prevent continental hegemony. That's just some fancy words to forbid the Germans, but I don't mind if I do. So, let us declare war on the Spanish. We get some nice manpower from non-core provinces. So with the, what was it called? Something with conscription from dominions, I think. Doesn't matter. As you can see, Spain doesn't have an army, so it's pretty easy to beat them. Don't even need an attack order, I guess. But it's less clicking if I do have one. Another country attacking the Soviet Union. It's still standing. I might need to beat them up. The Hispanic Alliance. Let's see how far it stretches. I thought that if Bolivia joined it, maybe it's going all the way down to Bolivia. But it's just Mexico and Bolivia. Not very threatening then. Okay, that will deal with Spain. Are we ready to beat up the Germans? I'm just going to take all states. Belgium and the Netherlands have not joined any hostilities yet. We could justify on them, of course. Maybe that is going to be good. 125 days to justify. It's a bit long, but I don't necessarily need to fight the Germans immediately. I could get a better attack position by conquering Belgium and the Netherlands first. That might be prudent. Get a bit of an attack on Belgium ready. Second Ljubljana award. Not an issue. Azerbaijan Democratic Republic is attacking the Soviet Union. Oh, Ukraine has capitulated. Well, we can probably fix that later. How are the logistics right now? Pretty great. We can deploy some more troops. Not that we really need to. Filled up the second army group. I wonder if the Soviet Union will survive. Let's do general rearmament. 5% consuming goods factories is quite a lot, actually. Oh, I knew I was forgetting something. We're still on civilian economy. That's pretty silly, isn't it? Only need 10% more war support to go to war economy. I guess I can wait. Just need to do war propaganda once. But this war propaganda, without a particular... Oh, create pan-North American state. Nice. On the one hand, it would become pretty cool looking country. However, I'm already owning all of this. And yeah, it would be a good idea to do so if I was going for, where is it? The Imperial Federation. But I don't think I need to go for the Imperial Federation. It takes too long. Yeah, I do have my war goal on Germany, but I think if we attack from Belgium and the Netherlands, we will have a better attack angle, let's say. And if they attack Poland in the meantime, which they might do, that's going to split their focus. And them splitting their focus is kind of what we want. Let's reduce Australia's autonomy, because we can. Now they're a Reichsprotectorate, which is giving me nothing still. No, 25% civilian industry. Well, that is something, I suppose. Yeah, the Imperial Federation thing is the better way to annex them all. But I don't really want to annex them all. Provisional Russian government is fighting... Everyone's fighting everyone. Let's not worry about it too much. Land doctrine, let's keep to the grand battle plan. Greece submits to the Germans. I am slightly surprised. That means if we decide to fight the Germans, there will be a little more fighting around here. At least we have Italy with us. Yes, Portugal, I want your factories. I already have 300 of mine, but more is always better. Mexican Revolution. Soviet Republic versus Catholic Mexico. Well, good luck with that. We'll get some extra war support if we do this. Enough to go to war economy. Okay, I guess we don't need to fight Japan. We just need to focus. In the meantime, let's hire a regrouping expert. Do I have enough to know if Germany's doing tactical war? They can do it, so they're probably doing it. Although I wonder what happens if they do alliance with Italy. Will Italy leave my faction? Have they done Otto Ribbentrop? No, they have not. More spies in Germany, please. We have our war goal on Belgium. Let's use it immediately. I did send an extra naval invasion just to make it faster. Not sure it will change much. Another republic attacking the Soviet Union. And the Soviet Union is still winning. This is... I mean, they're going to be devastated and I can just walk in and take them over. But it's still surprising they can survive all this rebellion. Well, technically I could just end it here. We're the most powerful country in the world. We took out the United States and France and Spain, even denouncing Dutch ideals. Kind of want to beat up Germany, but that's, just something you do, beat up Germany. They have a war goal on me. Oh, no, I have a war goal on them. That's different. Actually, do they like me? No. Ah, they're doing reassert eastern claims, so Danzig War will probably be next. Which is good for me, because they will be distracted and I can attack them from the other side. Although if they do steal Italy from me, that will be very unpleasant. Whoa, Belgium is entrenched, aren't they? I mean, I'm using very weak troops, but still. And we have war support. Once we're done with Belgium, I can go to war economy finally. Also, we have stockpiled enough equipment to outfit all our troops, finally. Which means I can start changing up production to maybe give them artillery too. Let's do like 30 factories on artillery. Build it for a while, and then modify the template. No, I didn't select focus, once again. I could go for the Imperial Federation, but that takes a long time, and I have done that before. It's not that special, although it looks cool. Let's just get some extra factories. Justification for the Netherlands is ready, but let's beat up Belgium first. Belgium, who is resisting, strangely enough. Right, you guys, land over... where should you land? Over here. We'll have to adjust the order. Belgium capitulates. Of course, I'm going to annex them. Oh, right, I did this as one attack order. Sadly, this takes 70 days, and if I do it one by one, it only takes 7. So I'm gonna do it one by one. Well, these guys are far away. Let's just cancel all their orders and select someone who's closer. You're closer. Send them all over here. Alright, that should do. Activate the order. Need to wait 7 days. And also for them to arrive there, I guess. Be faster. And once we're done with the Netherlands, we can start planning our attack on the Germans. Also, the rest of you that are not currently participating in the fight should exercise. That's a decent amount of manpower. Also, war economy. Finally. Germany claims Memel, and what are you doing now? Danzig War. Perfect. Well, not perfect, I'm Polish after all. But perfect for this particular plan. Let's do atomic research because we can. Also, maybe some more factories. Some here, some in America, some military ones in America, just like this. Let's attack the Netherlands. No, not Japan. Netherlands, okay. Much weaker than Belgium. The naval invasion seems pointless now. Well, it was pointless. There go the Netherlands. Let's satellite the Dutch East Indies and take all states. Oh, that's too much war score. So reset then. Pass. Again, good. Now, Germany. We want to attack them when they're fighting Poland. They'll be the most vulnerable then. Let's try and land a naval invasion up here, huh? No, maybe here. Will be better. My navy should be able to reach the area. Will they? Well, they should. An entire army group up here. And these guys distributed a little bit. Like one army from Italy, one army going after Greece, who's a German puppet. Did Bulgaria ever join the Axis? Not yet, but Romania, Transylvania and Croatia are in the Axis, so we'll have to deal with them. Alright, that'll do it. Be aggressive, everyone. Maybe exercise for a bit, at least until the naval invasion is ready and everyone is in position. We have their cipher. I can actually make those collaboration governments happen. I should do that just so they capitulate faster. Let's do that. And we're almost ready to attack. Okay, I should be ready to beat up Germany. Of course, I might be mistaken and lose. It's unlikely. Very unlikely. Oh, Portugal changed their color. What are you now? Non-aligned. Need to remember to use the cipher. Sure, let's relocate Nancy. No, Berlin's fine. Shadow scheme. Extra factories. That's a bit late to do the extra research slot since we've almost research everything we need, but it's better than the Commonwealth ties, I suppose. Don't really want to do the Federation. Sure, industrial effort, why not? Also, hire logistics expert. Now, we have quite a lot of artillery and support equipment. What if I wanted to add that to my template? Also, that doesn't need to be reserves anymore. If I were to use artillery. Okay, I have enough artillery to add support artillery. Wonderful. How about recon? I also have enough to do recon. About engineers? I do not have enough for that. Right. Recon and artillery it is. Actually, the infantry division has engineers and artillery. Alright, so that's worse. And also more manpower in the field. Do I need that? You know what? Let's do 30 factories on support equipment and just switch my guys to that other template. Although, no, that's a bad idea. They're gonna lose all their experience, aren't they? I'll still have some time to exercise. Sure, let's go to infantry division. Why not? Gonna use more equipment, more manpower and all that. But we have the resources for it. Just make sure you exercise a little bit. Let's check the logistics. Yeah, support equipment is insufficient. Yeah, I'm actually gonna switch that to recon. cavalry recon detachment rather than the engineers. At least we can supply that. Looking good. And we have a healthy stockpile of everything except for artillery. I need more. Oh, yeah, that's my mistake. I'm exercising with artillery. Yeah, that's my mistake. I shouldn't be exercising with artillery because it's too expensive. Stop the exercise. You won't have full experience, but at least you won't waste valuable equipment on exercise. All is well. Poland sea. Whoa, okay. That changes a lot. Well, we are all non-historical after all. So what now? I was hoping they would be fighting Poland. Operation Tannenbaum. Which one is that? Switzerland. You know what? I'm just gonna attack them and see what happens. Are we ready? Almost. I'm gonna wait 7 days for the naval invasion to be ready. I'm also assuming that Italy will join me, which is not actually that certain. Oh, did Australia increase its independence? It did. How? Let's not mess with that. New operative. Can we get a German? We can. And we will. Okay, Poland actually did a wise thing, it seems. Poland just not bothering with anyone else. They're just sitting here and doing their own thing. 61 factories. That's pretty good. Soviet Union is not a threat for them either. Actually, they should just attack the Soviets in this case. But let's not get distracted on what Poland should do. We are going after the German Reich after all, and that is an undertaking in itself. Yay, prepared defense. Why not? Are my planes doing anything? I guess they will as the fighting starts. They can reorganize themselves. Right, I think we're ready. No, not Japan. Germany. Although Germany is guaranteed by Japan, so I guess we'll be fighting Japan as well. Puppet, focus. Let's declare war. Calling the allies. Calling everyone in. Actually, I shouldn't have called everyone in, because now that Japan will be involved, they can land troops in the Philippines, which is a mistake on my part. But just a minor mistake. Let's beat up the Germans. Is Italy involved yet? Yes, they are. Good. Is my naval invasion going to launch? Eastern North Sea. Not enough supremacy. Really? But my fleet... Why are you... Where are you? What are you doing? You're like a balanced mix or whatever. About now. Why are they not doing anything? Holding position in English Channel. You know what? I'm just gonna cancel all that you're doing, merge, and redistribute or whatever, and I guess I'll use them as a strike force. Is that gonna be better? Hungary's been called in, that's fine. Holding position. Again, insufficient naval supremacy in lower Baltic Sea. I guess I could have done a better job, but I guess it will probably not be necessary since we're almost there. Anyway, with a normal attack, Croatia capitulated. Okay, this is going fine. Actually, it's going much better than I expected. We have no bananas, whatever. Shadow scheme factories. Let's make the best guns. They're ahead of time, and that's not really an issue. Right, who am I at war with? Am I at war with Japan or not? Oops, something's bugging out. I can't click on the war. Let's click on Japan instead and see. I'm not. Okay, so they never did the tripartite thing because Italy never joined the Axis, which is why I don't have to fight Japan. Industrial effort complete. That lets me get... Where's that? Research slot. Sure. So how's that navy going? I guess I can redirect the attack a little bit. You know, just... like this, then cancel these, and go to kill. That's gonna help a bit, I suppose. Can you launch? They can launch. I'm almost there anyway, and it's not defended, but yeah, that's a waste. I just go there. Well, I did not expect Germany to be so unprepared for my many attacks. Cipher! Yes, I remembered it this time. Activate. That's a bit better. But actually, it seems it's more difficult to beat up the Balkans than it is to beat up the Germans for some reason. Maybe we're just so good. No one messes with the British Empire or something. Right, so now that I have a port in the Baltics, maybe we can do a naval invasion from here. Not that we need to, but let's spice things up a bit. All the way here. Why not? It's just 7 days to prepare. I might beat them before the new naval invasion is ready. I mean, it's not likely, but it could happen. Well, let's do it anyway. Sadly, I can't access the war screen for some reason, so I don't know how far from capitulation they are. On the other hand, they're not fighting Poland, so I won't have to share the spoils of victory. And victory it is going to be, it seems. Was there superiority? Mixed. That's fine. Don't really mind. We're winning anyway. Let's get an elusive gentleman, because we can. And an extra spy is always welcome. Let's see, can we land a naval invasion over in what used to be Prussia? Yes, we can, actually. They failed to defend the Gdynia that are not assigned yet. Move quickly. Yes, it's dangerous. Don't mind that. Count them off. I have naval superiority here, so they shouldn't be able to get any reinforcements once I do this. Also sitting in Gdynia, waiting for reinforcements. Attack, make sure to cut them off. And this bit is going to be mine. That was a strangely successful naval invasion. Much more successful than I anticipated. Also, Germany's not really doing a good job. It's 1940 already. Mexican oil nationalized. We don't really care. We have oil from elsewhere. Supplies are scarce here. We are actually making gains, slight gains. And even if we lose here, this is pulling troops from the main front line, which is now just reaching Berlin. See, this happens every time when I play the British offensively. I'm just too drunk with power. They're so powerful. Mostly because you can do pretty much everything without the Allies guaranteeing anyone, because you are the Allies. Okay, it seems like our naval invasion in Gdynia might not succeed, but it doesn't really matter, because we have pulled their troops from the front line, thus allowing us to take Berlin. How close are you to capitulation? I don't know, because I can't access the war screen. Did my mission succeed? It's still in progress, 10 days. When it succeeds, their surrender threshold should go down, and we might get an instant surrender in 10 days. We'll see. We already do have Berlin, but they still hold a lot of big victory points like Vienna or Munich. München if you want to speak German. We lost the entire army. Oh, I thought they would retreat from Gdynia. Navally, they could do that. I guess they won't if you don't tell them to. Yeah, well, you're the knees in the army. Why? Oh, low war support. Sure, why not? Let's do a patriotic speech. And are we about done with Germany? Let's check on that operation. It completed with great success, and a few more victory points, and they surrender. We have Italy in this, so I'm not going to be able to take everything for myself. So look, yeah, I'm going to pass, let the Italians get a little bit, and now, Germany, take all states. The rest is mine. What else can I take? All of Hungary. How much more? This is as much as I can take in this round. Let's do that. And now some more. Actually, no. Now I'm going to pass. And the rest should be mine. The Italians got 2 bits. Well, they didn't really do much. 3 bits, sorry. The rest is mine. Everything is mine. I think that's all. No? The Germans still hold something? You could satellite Bessarabia. Oh, right, they're not directly involved. So I can't annex them, but I can satellite them. Okay, that's fine. The British Empire spans most of the world. Poland has very prudently avoided a conflict. Lithuania is fighting Latvia. Latvia is fighting Lithuania and also itself. Italy grew a little bit. So did Bulgaria. And the Soviet Union is in constant civil war. Should we kill them? Do I have a war goal in the focus for that? No. I am way behind on political power. Realistically, I would not attack the Soviet Union. I would just wait for the Civil War to end and then attack them. So, yeah, I think we're done. The British Empire reigns supreme. Now, of course, I still have my war goal on Japan. We could use the Philippines to mount a naval invasion. It would be successful because we have the hugest navy in the world. Also allied to Italy, who have a navy. But I don't feel like it. We've won. We're the biggest. Let's unpause for a moment so the factories can recalculate and all that. Oh, bypassed some focuses. 556 factories in 1940. It's not the best I've had. It's actually not that much, but it's enough. We're going to end here. Let me know how you liked the fascist aggressive British Empire, and let me know how you liked me figuring details out while playing. For example, the stability thing, or spending political power on securing the dominions. Essentially the mistakes that I have made. Do you prefer to see such mistakes, or should I just test the scenarios until I'm sure I don't make such stupid mistakes? And another thing, non-historical, was that a detriment to the video, or contrary to that, would that be actually a nice thing to see? Let me know about all that in the comments, and actually give me some video suggestions, because lately I am kind of out of ideas. I don't remember what I've done and what I haven't done yet, so I have to think long and hard about what I should film, and maybe you have some cool ideas. Just nothing playing as the Soviet Union for now, and I don't want to do the Caliphate for reasons. But other than that, do let me know what you like to see. And if I were to continue this, well, we own most of the world after all. Let's have a look. Allies, Provisional Russian Government, Soviet Union, Poland's neutral, the Scandinavians are neutral. There's no need to conquer everybody else, but we could do that. We're fascist. Once we get enough political power, we could attack people. So if that wasn't my objective, to conquer people, there are a few ways we could go about this. We could attack the Soviet Union, thus ending their civil war, although Provisional Russian Government would then probably get all of the territory. Then we could attack them again, they wouldn't have an army, we'd kill them quickly. And from there we could go after Japan quite easily. Alternatively, it's a naval invasion anyway, and we already have a war goal, so I could just station my troops in the Philippines and launch naval invasions from there, then land in Japan. China would get some Japanese territory, but it wouldn't really matter that much. Japan would be taken, and after that, well, we can take China and the Russians after this. There's also South America, but it's fragmented and not really a threat. Even Mexico made a faction only with Bolivia and only to get a civil war right after that. So realistically, the only actual power right now, other than us, is Japan and Italy. Japan and Italy. But Italy is my ally, and Japan is annoying to fight. Soviet Union, after the Civil War, very easy to take over. And the rest, there's nobody to guarantee them, so just take them over one by one. So that's it. The British are very, very powerful, aren't they? Free reign all around the world, even with the difficult starting securing Dominion thing. On the internal side, I could actually do the Imperial Federation, which is pretty cool. You get infinite manpower and lots of factories, but we already have that pretty much. So this seems mostly cosmetic and unnecessary, but you could do that if you want. It's just a lot of work for very little gain, other than a cool looking map. So yeah, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Once again, let me know what you think about this particular video, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.